The Galactic Concord, a coalition of advanced alien civilizations, had assembled in the Grand Chamber of the Stellar Council. It was a rare event, one that only occurred when galactic-wide decisions were needed. And today, the agenda revolved around a single species, humanity. "They're unpredictable," said High Chancellor Zorath, his crystalline body shimmering under the chamber's lights. "Their technological progress is rapid but reckless. Their biological resilience is baffling. They are a threat to the delicate balance of our galactic order." Murmurs rippled through the council. A hologram of Earth hovered in the center of the room, spinning slowly. The humans were still relatively new to the galactic stage, having been discovered a mere century ago. In that time, they had proven themselves resourceful, ambitious, and, most disturbingly, impossible to control. "We've extended every olive branch," Zorath continued. "We've offered them technological guidance, political alliances, and even shared access to our most precious resource, Kytherium energy. Yet they refuse. Time and time again, they refuse." The council murmurs grew louder. Refusal was unthinkable in the Concord's culture. To reject unity, progress, or shared prosperity was to reject reason itself. A voice broke through the noise. It belonged to Counselor Klein, a veteran diplomat with skin like shifting mercury. "Have we considered why they refuse? Perhaps it's their nature, their pride. It's arrogance," another counselor hissed. "They think themselves unique, above our wisdom. They cling to their outdated notions of independence." But Klein shook his head. "No, it's not arrogance. It's defiance. A deeply ingrained trait. It's what has allowed them to survive their chaotic history. We can't expect them to change overnight." Zorath glared at Klein. "Defiance is not a virtue. It's a liability. They've refused to sign the Concord Accords. They've refused to adopt standardized galactic protocols. They've even refused to cease their expansion into contested territories. How long before their defiance sparks a war?" Klein leaned forward, his tone calm but firm. "Perhaps their defiance is precisely what makes them valuable. While we debate and deliberate, they act. While we follow established paths, they forge new ones. Humanity's refusal to conform could be their greatest strength." The chamber fell silent. The counselors exchanged uneasy glances. Finally, Zorath sighed. "Strength or not, their refusal threatens our unity. We must make them comply." At that moment, the chamber doors opened, and the human representatives strode in. Ambassador Rachel Carter was a small figure compared to the towering alien forms around her, but her presence was magnetic. She walked with a confidence that belied humanity's position as the underdog of the galaxy. "You've summoned me," she said, her voice cutting through the silence like a blade. "I assume this is about our decision to decline your latest proposal." Zorath's crystalline form shimmered with irritation. "Ambassador Carter, humanity's repeated refusals are jeopardizing your future in the Concord. Do you truly wish to isolate yourselves?" Carter crossed her arms, her gaze unwavering. "With all due respect, Chancellor, we're not isolating ourselves. We're simply not bending to your terms. Humanity values its freedom, its creativity, and its independence. You're asking us to trade those for comfort and conformity. That's a deal we'll never take." Zorath's voice hardened. "Comfort and conformity? No, Ambassador. We're offering you stability, security, a place among the stars." "And we're grateful for the offer," Carter replied, her tone firm but diplomatic. "But humanity didn't claw its way out of the dirt by playing it safe. We didn't survive wars, plagues, and existential crises by following someone else's rules. We survived by refusing to accept limits." Klein's mercury-like form rippled with approval. "You see, Chancellor? This is what I meant. Their refusal isn't arrogance, it's conviction." Zorath glared at Klein, then turned back to Carter. "And what happens when your refusal leads to conflict, Ambassador? When your defiance makes you enemies. Carter smiled faintly. Then we'll face it like we always have, together. Humanity isn't afraid of challenges, Chancellor. Challenges are how we grow. The chamber fell into a tense silence. Finally, Zorath sighed. Very well, Ambassador. But know this, humanity's defiance will not shield you forever. It doesn't need to, Carter said, turning to leave. We'll shield ourselves. As the doors closed behind her, the council erupted into debate. But Klein remained silent, his gaze fixed on the hologram of Earth. He couldn't help but admire them, the species that refused to kneel, to yield, to accept anything less than their own destiny. For better or worse, humanity was a force to be reckoned with. And in that moment, Klein realized something profound. Humanity's refusal wasn't a weakness. It was a declaration. A promise that no matter how vast the galaxy, no matter how overwhelming the odds, they would always chart their own course.